where we feature brothers and sisters who have followed their vision to build businesses, institutions, or services that serve, profit, and uplift our community. Listen as we share the ideas, experiences, and skills that help to shape their unique stories of commitment, perseverance, and triumph. Be inspired and catch your vision on Visions of Our People. Now, here's our host.
Pamoja Tutashinda, brothers and sisters, together we will win. In Akwaaba, through the Visions of Our People podcast, where today we share the vision behind the Together We Are Better and Stronger Agriculture and Self-Reliance Tour that was held on February 15th, 2025 at the Omenala Griot Afro-Centric Teaching Museum, located at 337 Dargan Place SW in Atlanta's historic West End. Visions of Our People had the honor of covering this inspiring tour organized by Brother Ty Simmons of the Human Agricultural Co-operative and its partners. The purpose of this initiative was to connect professionals across various fields and communities, fostering collaboration and growth. Their mission is to encourage the acquisition of land, the development of community farming initiatives, the establishment of community grocery stores, housing developments, vocational training programs, and shelters for both women and men. Together, the tour aims to build stronger, more sustainable communities across America, promoting unity and progress for all. The event featured remarkable voices dedicated to this mission, including Brother John of the Universal Negro Improvement Association, UNIA, and African Communities League, Brother Ty Simmons of the Human Agricultural Co-operative from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Sister Lauren McAllister, co-owner of Three Flock Farm, Ministers Steve-O Ma'at of Ma'at Urban Agriculture and Industries, and Sister Katrina Tucker of Mothers Helping Mothers, Inc. We also heard from Brother Farrakhan Muhammad Ali, who's the co-founder of Hereafter Farms, along with Sister Maggie Bostic of Elite Tax Service, Sister E, and the MetaCure Doctor. Brothers and sisters, please excuse any background noise from the event as we bring you these powerful voices from the Together We Are Better and Stronger Agriculture and Self-Reliance Tour. So let's dive into the conversations that highlight the importance of unity, self-reliance, and building a prosperous future for our communities. Stay tuned and be inspired.
Wake up, everybody. Wake up, everybody. Get up, everybody. Wake 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 up, everybody.
Why is agriculture important to the UNIA? And when we talk about the UNIA, I like to focus on the founding principles. That is what Mr. Garvey started the organization with in 1914, and it has maintained consistent for 111 years to now 2025. And there's 11 principles, and I'll go through those briefly. Number one is organization. Mr. Garvey says that we have an obligation to create what he called a universal confraternity. But that is a body in which we all have voluntary allegiance to that body. Mr. Garvey said that since we were born as, in his time, the famous word, or the most popular word that we used was Negro. Now Black, African American, there's a lot of words that we use, but he felt that us being born that way was no accident. And we have an obligation to work together. And if we're going to work with anybody in this world, the first people that we should work with are those that are our family. So when you look at the flag, our flag is the red, black, and green flag. The first color is red, second black and green. The red is on top because Mr. Garvey says that it's our blood that connects us. It's not where you're born, it's not what language you speak, but it's your blood. And it's the blood that ties you to the original man and woman, which we teach of Africa. And that's what brings us together. The black, obviously the melanin, you can't have all of these beautiful colors without having a deep melanated source. So we believe the first man and woman was of rich melanin, as we describe it. And green is for the land. In garbage time, and you know, a lot of people still say this, the land is contained to the continent of Africa. But we believe that this entire planet belongs to us. So all of this land must be returned to its rightful owners as the mother and father of this planet. You and I, if you would, put your black fists up in the air. It's 3 simple phrases. One God, one aim, one destiny.
One destiny.
Race first, family. Thank you.
Welcome everyone. My name is Katrina Tucker. I am the Director of Housing at Mothers Helping Mothers, where we help homeless teenage mothers find sustainable homes, educate them, get them job placement, and provide shelter for them. What we want you to do today, we want you to go to our page, look up our information, donate to a worthy cause, because we're actually trying to sustain these individuals in our community. We need your help. Oh, you can reach us at www.mhmt.org. Again, www.mhmt.org.
I'm E. And my educational background is microbiology, and my vision is being able to assist people in various different ways. So you might call me an advisor, you might call me a coach, you might call me a visionary, you might call me a friend, you might call me a helper or an assistant. So I love puzzles, and I love to help people solve their personal problems. Okay, so I'll create creative avenues for you and brainstorm with you to help you fix your life. And you can get in contact with me at e.blair@gmail.com. That's EDOTBLAIR@gmail.com.
Greetings. I'm Zephyra, which is also known as the Medicure daughter, not medicine, Medicure. I'm an herbal alchemist. I help my clients to heal from their medical conditions holistically. I also specialize in womb health. And of course, you can't take care of the womb without the prostate. So I do tend to both. I work with mental health, digestive health, lymphatic health, just the whole overall. I study and teach biochemistry. I also teach metaphysics, and I would like my audience to know that it's just time for us to be more conscious of aligning ourselves spiritually, mentally, and physically. We just can't take care of one area of our existence and not the other. We have to dwell in this mind with this spirit in this body, so we need to do things collectively to bring things into balance and continue to maintain a good health. And I can help you with that if you have any kind of, you have the urge to do it and don't know how to do it, I can help you with that. My contact number is 770-268-0396. My business is called I Am Custom Blends. If you have receding gums, cavities, anything like that, I can create your toothpaste and help you with that, and the mouthwash. I create regimens for my clients and their healing. And I follow through with them because it's nothing like a great success story. So hope to hear from you, and I'm leaving my email. It's EYEAMCUSTONBLENDS@gmail.com. I Am Custom Blends, and if you know me, you know I spell my I-E-Y-E. Thank you for your time.
So my name is Maggie Bostic, and Ty invited me here to this event today. I do actually work with him and provide tax preparation services. I do it for personal tax returns, but also small businesses, nonprofits. And so that's our relationship. And so I wanted to come out and share my services and talk a little bit about financial literacy, why it's important as business owners and even nonprofit organizations to understand and just get as much information as you can about what you need to do to make sure your taxes are in order. Not only that, just to make sure that you're not paying too much in taxes when you don't want to. I think that's pretty much the goal for everyone. You know, we all want to make money, but we don't want to pay it all to the government if at all possible. So, and that's from personal tax returns as well. But what I tell people is that, you know, there's only so much you can do on a personal tax return, right? There's only so many deductions, and they're changing that all the time. So find a reason to have a business, find a reason to use this as your hobby. Absolutely. Get that business tax return, and then you'll see your deductions kind of rise and rise and rise. As far as what you're able to, of course, you know, write off. So the one thing I think I hear as we talk about sustainability, resilience, and all these things is that you hear everyone say, and one complaint is, why is no one teaching about financial literacy in school? Why do we not understand taxes? Why do we not understand, you know, how any of this works? And it's, you know, it's really up to us. It's really up to you as parents. It's really up to us as community people to spread that information if they don't do it in school. I was one of the kids who took every elective was a business class for me. I didn't take home ec, I didn't take wood shop, I was in typing, I was, you know, so I was like, they were teaching this stuff, where were y'all at? But if you don't tell someone that they need to take that type of elective and they're not interested in it, they're not gonna take it. And so what I do as a tax preparer is that even though I'm dealing with, you know, people who are 18. I'm dealing with parents that I've, you know, had them as customers for 18 years, and now I'm doing taxes for their children who are, let me tell you, some entrepreneurs. Like, these young kids are coming out the gate, starting businesses, and they're making money. They're not just having these little, they're making money. And so I'm really teaching them from the jump how to set themselves up for success by getting LLCs, by understanding if it's better for you to get an LLC or S corp for tax purposes. Because once you make a certain amount of money, it's better to be an S corp, because now you don't have to pay self-employment taxes. Now you can get dividends. It's all these things that you may not understand, but your tax person should be able to understand that for you. So that's what I do. That's the services I provide, along with some credit repair, of course. And bookkeeping. So a lot of the businesses, you know, there's a lot sometimes to run these businesses and financially, and you guys are doing things that are so much bigger and more important. And so what I do is try to help see what's best for you to be able to keep your books, to be able to keep up with your transactions, to be able to use Wave, use QuickBooks. I do reconciliation monthly for people so that they attach their checking accounts to their business checking accounts, you know, to their bank account, so that then all the transactions come in. I go in, I chart the accounts and say, okay, this belongs here, this belongs in this category. Then when the end of the year comes, we just print those reports, and it makes it so much easier for you to do your tax return. And now you know exactly how much revenue you're making, you know exactly how many expenses you have, and we can really, you know, make things work in your favor. So thank you again for allowing me to be here at the event. If you have any questions, definitely see me at the table. Come get some chocolate, come get some mints.
You maybe know what sheep are. Goats, chickens, but I really want to explain their part in the ecosystem and how significant they can make a difference in the way that you relate to the planet, but also relate to farming and gardening. It's so important that we incorporate animals, rabbits, chickens. Any idea how many times breaking down a chicken has saved me money? Learning to do these skills with the raw ingredients has shifted my financial situation. You talk about my tax accountant is like, you're doing great. Because I'm doing these middle of the, like, literally the ecosystem is built on fertilizing. We have to have fertilization in all ways. So think about what it means if we're building the soil for our children. I want you to seriously think about the things you've set aside and make sure your kids have, is it topsoil? Because they need that to live. It's so real. Like, the more I learn about it, understanding how hard it is to create, it's not easy. You have to have the right understanding of what you're putting into the soil. This is an energetic exchange. I learned recently that when you put seeds in your mouth and then you plant them, you're creating a connection with the planet. It's going to grow the plant in favor of you. Do you hear what I'm saying? Yes. I don't know if you do. I'm not sure. Do we want connection? I mean, I'm here right now because of connections. Yes. Yeah. What a beautiful thing. Connections is what mushrooms do. Connections is what plants do, trees do. It's an honor to be in this web of nature. It's incredible. Something my husband said a lot is like, you have no idea the beautiful places that I've gone. We have to maintain what's here. Mm-hmm. Animals do that. I have seen people like calling our children bad, and I bring in a baby lamb, and all of a sudden, The bad kids, we're just tired. All of a sudden, they see this kind, gentle side. It's like, well, you're creating a chaotic environment, but animals help. I've seen people calm down and then be calm after. So when we get involved, when we find connection with animals, especially in the way that we bring them into ceremony, bring them into our spaces, having to take care of them, because what they're giving us is priceless. I don't buy inputs for my farm. No fertilizers. Zero. They don't need, those sheep do all of it. These things work 24/7 for me. I'm not sure you're hearing what I'm saying. All day, every day. They're just chomping the whole time. No breaks. You know? I mean, it's so beautiful. And every year they give birth. And what does that remind me of? What are we connected to? Not just to each other, to where we are. I have to remind children that the earth is alive. They have no idea that we're standing on something living. It's a beautiful idea. It gives us a universal context. And so I want you to know that part of my farming journey started because my family was given sheep as a wedding present. I did not want Target bowls. I wanted to live. Like literally, it was like, if we buy sheep now, if we have sheep now at the beginning of our marriage, it will only iterate. So are our love, so are our family, so are the people we relate to. Somebody told me I have the sweetest sweet potatoes in the county. And I believe him. And I was like, you got it right. You know, like, it was really something I didn't even know to want. Do you know what I mean? You didn't know you could have it like that. To be so connected. When I got started, it was out of poverty. I needed to eat. That's it. They were giving away free community plots. You had to take a gardening class to get there. Who signed up on the first day and got a free bag? Diving into this system, being connected to the planet, has brought me from a small garden plot to 25 acres. Like, what? It's something we can all do. We can connect in so many ways. Your windowsill, bucket, it doesn't really matter. I'm begging you to put seeds in the ground. Do you hear what I'm saying? Go get some seeds. I have some connects if you want some organic heirloom seeds. But what I'm saying is, I cast this one. Ty gave me a bag of collard seeds and I just casted them on the ground. My entire greenhouse was covered in collard greens. I just walked outside and felt connected to every single pot of food that had collards in it that I've ever had in my entire life. I'm putting lamb into my collards. I'm having a totally different experience with the way I'm eating, how I'm feeding my family, what it means to show up every Saturday. I'm part of a cooperative. It's vital that we do things cooperatively.
Yes.
It will undermine the capitalist system. I am not worried about what they're talking about. I'm not a 501c3. Do whatever you want. I'm a co-op. We're this other tax exemption. There are electric co-ops, there are water co-ops, there are building co-ops. Get into a co-op. I'm begging you. The prices are ridiculous when you buy from the manufacturer. When you go to the source. That's what I'm saying. I'm literally experiencing so much ancestral connection. Finding out that my great-great-grandfather was a farmer, has land, owns land in Texas. I used to tell people, I don't come from farmers. Lies. I was lying. I had no idea that this is how we did it together. It's almost exciting, right? That we can actually work together in this really unique way. Farming together just means buying a whole animal. It just means giving money to a farmer and saying, what can you give for me? How can I make connection with you? There's t-shirts that say, I talk to my farmer weekly. Weekly, we are talking regularly about how we can grow food together, how much food we can grow, and we can stay out of corporate food. The people in that ecosystem are being exploited. Do you hear what I'm saying? Do we want to eat that food? These people's conditions are horrid. We don't want to support that. So when we grow and buy from each other, and trade food, listen, there's nothing more delicious than food made by somebody who loves you.
Come on.
It's just, and now they're growing it for you. Can you imagine? They're going out and singing to your collards. They're saying affirmation of gratitude when they're picking your blueberries, when they're digging up your sweet potatoes. And I'm really grateful to be here and to even take this much time to connect with you and say, had I known my great-grandmother was growing sweet potatoes, I would have started sooner. Had I known that buying food in bulk could save my family money, I would have done it the moment I could. But I was afraid to change my behavior. It's scary when you change, but especially when you do it alone. Like, let's just do it together. Yeah. Let's just transform together. Yeah. And co-ops is a way to talk about democracy, which we all need to practice, and a way to talk about saving money together. And the best part is you can have so many farmers. There's so many of us, and we all do our own thing. We all have our specialty crop. It's not just money. So I'm gonna encourage you to think about these big topics and how food is the common denominator. They take food away to extort you. If you have your own food, what are we talking about? Independence. That's the cooperative principle. Economic independence. Interdependence of our businesses, of our money, encourages us to do that. It's shocking to me. We have so many sheep this year, 67, that when they give birth, we'll have a whole separate genetic line. Like, I can give a flock away. I never thought that was gonna be possible. We started with 3 sheep. Now we have 12 goats and 67 sheep and 22 chickens and a horse and 4 dogs. I don't even like dogs. You know, like, it's really important that you know you're gonna change. And I'm thrilled to see how. Thank you so much for your time.
Peace and bless, fam. I'm Minister Bo. This is my love.
I'm Chris.
And we're the Hallville Homestead Couple. Also coming from my urban agriculture industry and the ministry of the Kemetic Rastafari Temple, Mount 9 Incorporated.
So we provide regenerative urban farming education services and resources to people and products like raised gardens. We have a program that teaches people how to grow their own food with less money, less cost, in a way that is mindful of our planet and our resources. Our program is also backed by the USDA and SARE, which is another benefit that we can bring our program to people on a virtual level. So if you would like to know more about who we are, what we do, you can visit our website at maat9.org. That's MAAT, the number 9.org. Or you can visit our other page that shows you about our workshop, which is maat9.org/RUF-EBU. And if you want to get to know about who we are, you can visit our website, you can subscribe to our newsletter, you can email us, you can sign up for our workshops. We're looking for people who are wanting to join our workshops to become certified regenerative urban farmers and growers, food producers, and we're also looking for people who want to partner with us in creating more growing spaces. We're based out of Indianapolis, so we're looking for people in Indianapolis and Indiana to help us and assist us with providing more grow spaces for our mission.
We need the people's help to get this message out to everyone else. We're teaching and educating. Our goal is to empower the community with education to restore the balance of life. And in order to do that, we need to get out there. We need to get out there with, like George Washington Carver did with the traveling school, to get our message out and around. That's what we do. We go to the farms, we educate, and we give a cultural, historical perspective of where this food production comes from. Culture starts with agriculture. There's no culture without agriculture. So we need to take control of the agriculture, because if we don't control it, if we don't define it, then the culture that we own and the culture we act on is not ours. We don't own it. We look for donations, people to help us out. We also have merchandise on our website as well. And the drive right now is for the RV. We're gonna have a traveling RV, the mobile school, the traveling school, the reiteration of the Booker T. Washington traveling to school.
You can visit us at our website at myot9.org/ruf-edu. You can also email us. Our information is at the bottom of our page. If you go to myot9.org, that's the main page. You can figure out at the very top, you can go to our merchandise section. Check out our merchandise. Everything is fundraising merchandise. All the proceeds go back to our business. It goes back to helping us offer our free workshops to people. If you want to sign up for our workshops that we have virtually, you can do that as well. And eventually in the summertime, we have our in-person workshops. So if you're in Indianapolis or want to travel to Indianapolis, you're more than welcome to sign up for those. Just be on the lookout for them because they'll be popping up probably around March or April when it starts getting a little bit warmer. Just be on the lookout for what we're doing. Again, our fundraiser drive is that mobile school, that mobile RV. So you can also donate on our website under the donate tab.
Yes.
Regenerative Urban Farming is the name of our workshop.
Regenerative Urban Farming is based on a community-based food production, decentralized food production, and community-based group economics, growing more food with less space, using less resources. That's the idea, to appeal to the next generation of growers and food producers, to actually grow more food for ourselves, to take back our food sovereignty.
Hey, I'm Farkan Muhammad Ali, and I started something called Hereafter Farms, which is helping to connect people to land in ways that would benefit them. The focus is to create sustainable communities, but also to help us grow from consumers to producers. So people who have land, we want to make that land more useful. People who don't have land, we want to give them access to land. We also want to use the land in the most holistic and sustainable way to produce things, to meet our own needs, and solve our own problems. You can find me online at hereafterfarms.com, Instagram hereafterfarms, and my name also Farkan Muhammad Ali on multiple different platforms. Thank you.
Greetings everyone, I'm Ty Simmons. Just tell you a little bit about who I am. 11 years ago, I saw there wasn't a movie about the Honorable Marcus Garvey, so I wrote one called I Am Garvey, and I started going around the country talking about how to turn our screenplay into a motion picture. And then along my journey, I started meeting interesting individuals, started really learning the history of how he was creating all those industries, how he was creating chapters around the country, over 100 chapters in over 2 years. He went around the country on the train and created chapters around the country. But what he did when he was doing that, he was telling them to also have Liberty Farms. And what Liberty Farms were farms that every black community could go through, get their food, get their supplies, and keep that money in our community. Mm-hmm. We have so far dispatched ourselves away from segregation that it basically has taken us away from everything that we call our own. And unfortunately, it was systemically done. It was, done by design. But what it got me into was farming. Because farming, I looked at it and I said, what I needed in my life was God, clean land, clean water, food, and shelter. I mean, everything else I said was materialism. So with the $40 that I had in my pocket, I bought some seeds, I bought, a couple tools, and I started on a little 0.1 acre plot and grew tomatoes. And from that $40, we've trained over 300 young people. We trained over 200 community members. We created a network of about 400 black farmers across the country. We created a network of about 300 white farmers across the country because it's going to take them as well to create a better us, unfortunately, because as a farmer, we're only about 0.25% of the farmers, and which allows us to only grow enough for our pockets of, individual pockets. If we want to grow enough food for for our communities and beyond, for we can have those industries to make money from food, we have to partner with other farmers, other races, because even though Marcus Garvey was race first, yes, race is first in priority, but collaboration, it goes beyond. Like-minded people, humanistic people that have a love of God and people and want to see us go through, not go through the disparities that we have. Those are the people that we're looking for. And so along my journey, I met more and more people And we've taken that $40 and created almost a $2 million non-for-profit where we've written, Lauren is one of the writers, we've written a $12.5 million grant for, it's called the LFPA, Local Food Purchase Assistance Grant in Indiana. And what it is they funded the project in 5 regions to give these regions money to purchase food for socially disadvantaged farmers. Most of us, what we did was we gave it to Black farmers because we know we're the most socially disadvantaged farmers in America. So that food was purchased directly from them at retail. Unfortunately, and fortunately, this program was for retail because we wanted to show the farmers if they grew their food and utilized the industries that we have, they can be making not only a good living, but also being able to provide food to other communities. So we've done that for the last 3 years, and then today, through all that process, what we're doing is creating pockets of communities with Brother, Farrakhan, Steve-O and Lauren and other individuals, because self-sustainability, self-reliance, and self-determination are all, major factors in UNIA that's going to allow us to build our communities back for the next, generation. If we don't do it now, it's going to be worse. You see the music, you see the food, every step of the way they're poisoning us. Mm-hmm. So if we don't reject that poison in any way that we can, it's going to continue to filter us to the heathens that they want us to be. So what we've done with Human Agricultural Co-operative has built a network of farmers, organizations to not only teach people, but also grow food. Our next step is share the harvest, which our plan is to, we're getting ready to purchase 30 acres from my buddy Farrakhan here in Worley. So we'll want to invite all of you to come and help farm, help build a community out there. If you want to build a house, if you want to build a shelter, we are ready to do it. And our bigger goal is 100 acres in Indiana for a farm, vocational training center, education center, because the vocational training center is, if you know history, if we don't give our young people skills besides, factory work, besides, going to college and sports, if we don't give them professional skills like plumbing, carpentry, electrical, we're going to be behind again, And so I tell people even today, I want you to get your education, but go get a trade as well. Don't limit yourself to being just one avenue. Don't put yourself in one box. Because what this farming has done for me has basically taken me to, I was that kid that didn't know how to farm. Third grade, my plant died. You know what I'm saying? It died. And I'm not even saying I'm the best farmer now, but what I've done is I've created, we created a network of people who are smarter than me, better farmers than me, better writers than me, better, educators than me, because it's going to take all of them and me to pull it together. You know what I'm saying? So I want to thank you all for coming.
Sometimes you're off when it feels like on. Sometimes you can't tell the night from dawn. Did the earth move or did you take a turn? Did you just get hot or did you just get burned? Open up your eyes and take a deep breath. Hold on tight while you hope for the best. You see, falling down feels a lot like flying. Giving birth feels so much like dying. So spread your wings, don't you fall. Come down on your own if you come down at all. Spread your wings, don't you fall. Don't you fall, don't you fall.
Thank you for joining us for Visions of Our People. We hope that our stories of commitment, perseverance, and triumph have inspired you to follow your vision of creating businesses, institutions, and services that uplift our brothers and sisters, serve our community, and make us the great people that our Creator made us to be. We wish you peace and blessings, and we invite you to join us again for Visions of Our People.